Hello, I am Arun Malhotra. Welcome to ET Auto Unplugged Season 3. In ET Auto Unplugged, we unravel the mysteries and the uniqueness of the entire auto ecosystem. We get opinion leaders, we get thought leaders of the auto industry and take up facets of the business so that you can get insight what happens and what makes the industry click. Today, I'm talking to a unique person. This person, I think, is probably the only person in the industry who has covered all facets of the ecosystem. He's been in tractors, he's been in passenger vehicles, he's been in luxury cars, and he's been in construction equipment. And I'm talking about nobody else than Mr. Sandeep Singh, who's MD of Tata Hitachi. Welcome, Sandeep, to ET Auto Unplugged.
Thank you very much, Arun.
So, Sandeep, I've known you personally for a long time, but for our audience, just want to know the early part of your career, how you got into the auto industry, and it's been a long journey, but just how did you get into it, and some interesting insights of your early years, especially in the auto industry.
Yeah, so I passed out in 82 after doing my mechanical engineering, joined Mahindra's in tractor division. Okay. So at that time, I believe tractor industry was evolving. Okay. We used to have very tough competitor like Escorts. I joined Mahindra's as a graduate engineer trainee. Okay. I was sent to the field after 6 months orientation in the company to start with Haryana, selling tractors along with dealers. And my job was to go early in the morning on motorcycle.
Along with dealers, not through the dealers, along with dealers.
Along with dealers. I was young and I was supposed to go early in the morning with the salesperson on motorcycle at 5 o'clock to the farmer house and try to catch him early in the morning in the field to sell tractors. Okay. And selling tractor was not so much technical job, but it was actually to convince him to buy a tractor, arrange loan for him and deliver him immediately.
So this must be a very tough life, challenging life that
Yeah,
time.
We were young, very excited. It was new part of our life. We started a journey from there, learnt a lot. And I still remember my days when I started selling tractors. Yeah.
So if you have to young professionals, since you've gone through this journey, and young professionals who are setting out of the auto industry, or what would I would say advice, or what would you tell them what to focus on or what not to focus on?
Yes, the most important thing is try to learn from day one and focus on your job. Many times we come from the college that, okay, I want to be in IT industry, I want to be in Air Force, or we end up applying some other job and we are new to that job. So therefore, understanding the job, understanding the market, understanding the customer and spending your full energy on that is very, very important. So today when we hire many times young engineers, they are not so much focused.
So attitude is more important, and being ready to slog it on the ground is
Absolutely.
very important.
Very, very important.
That's
very
an important thing.
Yeah.
And that doesn't change with technology, digital, all these things may come in, disruptors, but these are still the basic foundation.
Yeah, you feel that you are an engineer, mechanical engineer, but then you are sitting with a farmer selling tractor, not using your engineering. Sometimes it comes in your mind, but then that's your job.
And that's how you learn.
Yeah.
So great. I mean, it's challenging times, and you've been part of, you were in tractor industry, then you were in car industry, and now you come to construction equipment.
Commercial vehicles.
Commercial vehicles also. Oh. So, you have covered, कहते हैं ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश, आपने तीनों ब्रह्मांड सब कवर किया हुआ एक साथ.
10 years I spent in commercial.
Construction equipment, tractors, commercial vehicles, passenger cars, luxury cars, all in one. But today we are going to discuss with you on the construction industry.
Which is my current
assignment, which is there. So, when we think of construction industry, I mean, first of all, a lot of people think that construction industry is not part of the auto ecosystem because they miss it out somewhere. But it's an integral part of the auto ecosystem in sense, and this is an industry which makes the nation move. I mean, it gives wheels to the nation, if you are, say, in the real sense.
Yeah.
So if you have to explain what encompasses the entire construction industry, what it's comprised of?
So it's a very diverse, vast industry, and you are right, many times people don't know. So construction equipment industry is, the most important is earth moving equipments,
Okay.
where these equipments are being used to excavate the earth, whether you are making road, railways, real estate, urban development, anything when you are excavating, that is earth moving. Then the material handling, your cranes, pick and carry cranes, tower cranes, telehandlers, and then road construction industry. Then concrete industry, when you mix up the concrete, you use pavers, you use concrete mixers, so it's very wide. So construction equipment industry encompasses all this.
Very, I mean, a lot of people don't think it. They think it's the crane which is visible on the road. That is
Yeah,
construction
they
industry.
just feel that it is just a machine which is moving on the road is construction
And it
equipment.
can be working anywhere.
It can be working 50 feet below the ground.
Acha.
It can be working in the mine in a temperature of 60 to 70 degree. It can be working on the border where temperature is minus 30 degree.
Okay.
So you can see the
So it's
kind of
everywhere.
everywhere.
So if I have to use a Hindi phrase, it is like Qyamat se Qyamat tak.
Qyamat se qyamat tak.
That's what is the right part. So one is that there are various facets or various segments of the industry, and how many manufacturers are there? How large the industry is? What is the production? Just to give a sense of what the size, the scale, and the complexity of this industry.
Yeah, so you will be surprised that it is the most competitive industry, much more competitive than what we see in automobiles, tractors,
Why is that?
commercial vehicles, because we have so many manufacturers, because industry is so diverse that you need different kind of equipments.
Okay.
So today the industry where we represent, which is earth moving, we have 15 main manufacturers.
Main.
15 OEMs,
OEMs.
competing with each other. So whether it is mini excavators, infra range of construction equipment, heavy line which is mining, we have about 15 manufacturers,
15 main line.
main line. And if you look at the whole industry, we have close to 40 to 50 OEMs.
40 to 50 OEMs.
OEMs, yeah.
Which is there. And this is only you're talking of the
Construction equipment, overall construction equipment. It's not very big. It's close to $9 billion industry. But the vision is very high. We are growing very fast at a very rapid pace. Just to give you the size of the industry, 10 years back, we were selling close to 45,000 equipment. Last year, it was 140,000.
Oh.
So the
virtually
growth
more
of
than
about
3.5,
200.
Nearly 3 times,
Yeah.
which is there.
To more than 200%. So every 5 years, it has been growing at the rate of 60 to 70%.
Okay. And how many people would you employ directly or indirectly? Because indirectly there will be a lot of things.
Yeah.
One is
So
manufacturing.
our industry generates close to 4 million and
Jobs.
And so you can imagine if you are operating a machine, you need operators, minimum 2 operators, technician. Then you have dealership where there's at least you have sales people, service technicians, dealer principal. And if you are in a corporate, there are purchase managers. So this industry is very, very big, generates a lot of employment.
This will increase a lot of employment. That's a unique part of this industry.
Yeah.
And if you study the ecosystem, generally in any auto company, there is R&D, there is production, there is supply chain, and then there is you can say marketing and sales with the dealers and their dealer staff. So in any facet, the way it differs, and we'll talk about the dealer element later, but in terms of R&D, supply chain, production, is it fairly similar?
Same, 100%
Principles are same.
Same, principles are same. Manufacturing system is little different because we make very small to very high machines. And
So when you say high, small to high, in value terms, what will be the lowest cost price, and in the highest, what will be the cost
the lowest, like we are in industry of mini excavators, starting from 25 lakhs
price? Until,
till going up to 25 crores.
so 100 times.
Yeah.
So that's the, the you're hearing one is the variation, the size, and
You
then
need different
1 is
kind
to
of
100.
different kind of technology, different kind of skill set, different kind of care, and that is where it differs from many other industries. Like if you look at two-wheeler, commercial vehicle, passenger cars, most of the cases your customer comes to you. In our case, most of the time we are visiting him, and though we take care, our dealers have a workshop, but most of the jobs are done at the site because you can't bring the machine to workshop.
In the terms of dealership, or in terms of distribution, or in terms of after sales service, what would be, since you've seen that part of the industry also, I mean, you've seen tractor industry, you've seen passenger vehicle industry, you've seen commercial vehicle, How is the different in terms of distribution, sales, and customer care?
Yeah. So each company has their own distribution model. Depending on the machines, your distribution network is different. But if I look at the 70% of the industry, which is earth moving equipment industry, and to some extent your material handling, it is being sold through dealer network and distributors. When we go to mining, iron ore, limestone, it is direct sale to either government department or big contractors. That is as far as sale is concerned. So we follow the same process like what you see in automobile industry to sell most of our machines. And when we take care of after sales service, it is very different. You need to go to the site. Your machine.
And the customer does not, there is no workshop concept as such.
We have a concept where we bring aggregates and repair, whether engine, hydraulic, transmission, undercarriage, we repair it at the workshop. But most of the job, because machines are running anywhere from 5 hours to 24 hours.
Full 24 hours.
So in mining, machines are working on an average 20 hours a day.
Don't the machine get heated up? And
Oh, they are very good in quality. You will be surprised to see the quality of these machines. They run for 50,000 hours. They run for 15 years. And many machines are running even for 1 lakh hours. And that is where the quality comes, the after sales service comes, the engagement with customers comes in picture.
But since what I know of, and correct me if my impression is not right, whoever distributors are there, they cover a large territory. They don't cover, unlike in automobile dealerships where in one city there will be 3 dealers, 2 dealers, or district wise. Here it is much larger.
You are right. Absolutely right. Like we have close to 50 dealers, and many of our dealers manage full state. And some of the dealers are managing 2 or 3 states. So therefore, it all depends on the kind of industry, the potential, and the capability of your dealer.
One interesting question is, when you talk to a lot of auto companies, they say the best way to gear up dealer is, one is external competition and one is internal competition also. So you don't have a concept of internal competition because you are covering a large state or large territory.
To some extent, we have that in smaller range of equipments, which are basically mini excavators and wheel loaders, backhoe loaders, 20-ton machines. There we have more number of dealers in one state. And there we bring in competition.
So you have to focus, but still, because customer quality is, it's a B2B business, and you are judging the product performance day in and day out. So it's a very, very important part of it.
Yeah, because it is a source of revenue for the customer.
So it's not a direct customer, it's a B2B.
It's not that you are driving the car or driving a scooter. You actually have an operator who running the machine and earning, generating revenue for you.
Tell me, since you know the operator we're talking of, they operate in various terrains you talked of. They operate in the hills, even the heights, even, and they are in the type of training required or the skills required will be much higher than a normal.
Huge, and that is where we face a major challenge. We do not have many skilled operators, and what we do is we have state-of-the-art operator training center at both of our plants at Dharwad and Kharagpur, where we continuously provide training to our operators, technicians, dealer technicians, customer operators. Then operators are different kind of operators: small machine, mid-sized machine, wheeled equipment, mining machines, dump trucks. Very different kind of skill set.
Is there an industry association also, or training centers like we have in the automobile industry that, along with the company work, they also supplement certain skills?
So we, our association name is ICIMA, Indian Construction
And you've been
Equipment.
the president of ICIMA for?
I was many years back.
So you know, you have a ringside view of the entire thing.
Yeah. So then we have IESC, Engineering Training Association.
For the industry.
For the industry, and we work very closely with the government. We are developing skill, improving the skill of operators. Many times we get support from the government. We have a program which is running with the government to train thousands and thousands of operators, but still the demand is very high.
So skill is unique required. So do you face there's a lack of manpower or lack of good talent available, or this is a constraint?
Yeah. So our biggest constraint is, unlike driving commercial vehicles and cars, you have driving lessons. Here, we do not have any regulation which is enforced by the government to have certified operators.
And the operators require even higher level of skills.
higher level skill. And that is where we are working with the government. We hope that soon government will come out with the regulation. But that is the biggest challenge we are facing. Looking at the safety of manpower, operators, safety of equipment, and the kind of equipment which is ranging from say 20 lakhs to 25 crores. You need a trained operator. And we need to take care of his safety. We need to take care of the equipment. And not only operator, equipment, but the public also, where it is being used. So I think that is the biggest challenge we are facing today. you know.
So that's a challenge area which you're saying. So in this industry, when we are talking of, you said the challenge is in terms of, when we hear it, we're talking in normal auto industry. Today, if you read any publication or any paper, 40-day stock, 50-day stock, 30-day stock, and there are industry associations. Do you have the concept of dealers carrying stock, or is it built after the customer's orders originate?
No, we have very much concept like not every organization, but OEM like ours, when we have 50 odd dealers, our yardstick is that we should carry stock of about 20 odd days.
Achha.
But like nowadays during monsoon time, it sometimes goes beyond 30 days because you don't know. This year the monsoon came little early in the month of May and it is still continuing.
Okay.
So therefore our sales dropped drastically.
And how are they transported, these heavy equipment?
By
to the
trailers.
dealers?
By trailers.
By trailers.
Yeah, we don't put it. We don't drive them on the road.
On the trains also they go. A lot
Yes,
of railways.
we have started off late and at a very nascent stage, but we are supplying our equipment by rail.
But I see a lot of automobile dealers who are in the passenger vehicle. They are also dealers of yours.
Construction.
So there are common links in some way. Or
very
common
much,
values.
very much. Way of selling, conceptual selling is same.
Same. Whereas the customer is B2B. So now coming to the salespeople, since it's not a hardcore technical, but customer wants what is the output I want to get from this, what is the revenue I earn from it, there will be a lot of issues. I'm sure the questions they have, your customers have, will be much more than a retail customer.
Yeah.
So how do you educate these people, or how do they upgrade their skills?
It's a very important question. One is the quality, reliability and dependability of the machine is very, very important. We call it QDR, quality, durability and reliability.
Achha.
Is very, very important for customer. So that machine is working, capable to work for 24 hours. So when he's buying the machine, his main focus is on the quality of the machine, reliability, efficiency of the machine, which is fuel efficiency, and productivity.
Productivity is important.
So it is a highly technical job. It is not like car sales or two-wheeler sales where if you know 10 things about the vehicle, you can sell it. And then obviously commercial part. So we have continuously training program going on for our sales people at different levels. Junior sales officer, senior sales officer, sales manager, general manager. They are not large in numbers because of volume, but the concept is same.
And they need much more intensive training.
Much more intensive and continuous training because you keep on bringing new technology, new equipments and different range of equipments and engagement with these sales people. Their motivation is very, very important because it's not a simple job. They need to go to the site sometime. The temperature at the site is more than 50 degrees. And sometimes they are going at a site where the temperature is minus 10 degrees. So you can imagine the kind of hard work which sales or service people need to do.
So they are suitably remunerated also, I'm sure.
They are well looked after.
Well looked after.
Yeah.
Now, there are certain terms which one keeps hearing. Front-end loader, back-end loader, excavator, hoe, rake angle. Can you just explain for a lay person how this, if you have to explain in 2 minutes?
Yeah, I'm very happy because one day I also learned like that many years back. So we have, one is earth moving equipment like I mentioned to you, wheel loader, backhoe loader, excavator where we represent. Then we have...
So what is the difference between excavator and loader?
Excavator is on track
Achha.
and loader is on wheel.
Achha, okay.
And then we have material handling.
And front end and back end?
Front end you have a bucket in the front, then you have bucket at the end also.
Achha.
Yeah. So that is backhoe loader.
That's
right?
a back loader.
Very interesting. Right? And then we have only loaders, like when you garbage handling, loading coal or different kind of iron ore, so you need wheel loader. Excavator, when you excavate at different levels, underground, excavator go on chain where you need stability, and that is where we are, and that is a very interesting industry. Right? Then we have material handling, like cranes, telehandlers, when you have to carry material from one level to another level.
High-rise buildings. which
High
are there.
rising tower cranes, you see 50 feet, 60 feet high, or maybe meters high cranes, but you see for tall building apartments. And then you have a road construction machine, which is paver, concrete mixer, right, vibrate, compactors, those kind of
So,
equipment.
And tell our viewers, whenever you're outside, whether on the road, on the streets, or in the highways,
Please look at beyond road.
beyond road.
One is when road is under construction, and see when any earth is being excavated, you will see a very cute looking excavator there.
Cute looking. That's a good thing. Now, this industry must have been started after independence. What have been the main, you can say, I would say the highlights, or what have been the main inflection points of industry over the years, whether in terms of government policy, regulation, or technology? If you were just on a roadmap of the last 3 decades.
So, the main demand driver of this industry is road construction. So, I remember in 1998, Golden Quadrilateral project came in, which was to connect 4 metros, right? And then came in 2015-17 Bharatmala. So today Bharatmala already constructed 35,000 kilometer road.
And that is to the seaport, sea also, and to the rail.
Express highways connecting, say, Delhi, Mumbai. You have express highway which is coming up, Mumbai, Nagpur. You have now new highway which is coming up from Jammu, Katra. Everywhere, Bangalore, Chennai. So these are all main express highway which you see today. They are part of Bharatmala.
And then connectivity to the ports and other things.
So which is a multimodal concept which has been brought in by the government. So by road, by rail, and by port, waterways. That is a new concept which has been brought in, which is very prevalent in other parts of the world to bring in efficiency in logistics. And also to reduce the cost of logistics and more environmental friendly.
Now we're talking of the very cutting edge technology, and in other industry, auto industry, we're hearing every day the Chinese, rare earth magnets, sometimes you hear semiconductors, sometimes you hear lead, lithium ion battery. In this industry, are we, I would say, self-dependent, or the Chinese influence, or the Chinese, you can say, our reliance on China is very high?
So I'll divide it into 2 parts. In terms of advanced technology, all manufacturers like us, whether I talk about Hitachi, JCB, Komatsu, Caterpillar, we are pioneer with technology. You will be surprised that the technology, like advanced technology in earth moving equipment, came in much earlier than automobile. Telematics, autonomous, and electric.
And so these things are being talked now here in auto industry?
No, because in mining sector, you needed it badly. Many years back they were introduced, right? Now, Chinese came in because China has been the largest construction equipment market. So their capacity to produce and develop, so they are very large, they produce large number of excavators. Today the challenge what we are facing is those equipments are being dumped into our country.
But there must be import duties or something?
Yeah, import duty is very low. The government is not restricting them as they restrict in automobile. So today they are dumping because China market is down.
So what is the duties like?
So I think it's ranging from 2.5, 7.5%, depends on the equipment, because it is infrastructure. Some of the equipment carry 25% also.
But because in CBU, in our vehicles, it goes to 100%.
Because it's a luxury. That is a luxury segment. So that is why we see a lot of machines being dumped into our country. And that is where we are dealing with the now government, how to stop them.
Regulated.
Because they cannot bring in that kind of quality what we have, though they are now assembling them in India. But the commitment level to quality and after sales service, relationship to customer, I don't think you can develop it.
So one is the completely built machines which they're putting. The other thing which is happening in the auto industry is there is some, you can say, raw material or some technology which is not available in this country. Like lithium is not available. Rare magnets today is not available. So, or cells battery is not available, or autonomous, there is not much done. So the dependence also grows for the supply chain. Is that true for in the construction equipment or no?
Our challenges are different. Our localization is quite high. Today it is to the tune of 60%. Or many companies like us, we have 70%. 30 to 40% of components are being sourced from Japan and Korea.
So that's a different thing. Which is
They are basically hydraulic control valves, undercarriages, electronics, and these kind of equipment. And those are
not from China.
not from China. Only Chinese manufacturer bring them from China. We don't source semiconductors from China.
So there should be a learning for the auto industry. In the auto industry, we are trying to get out of the clutches of the Chinese dragon in the auto industry, in the normal ecosystem, especially when we hear so much of it. Is there some learning which could be done, transferred to the industry? That I'm not saying we need not to import, but we don't become so dependent that our industry can come to halt. They don't support.
Okay, look at our industry. Despite low volume, our localization levels are very high. Company like us, Tata.
And you said it's required high technology, so it's not something that's low
high
in technology.
We have very advanced R&D center. Whatever equipment we bring in from Japan, we try to localize. Why do we localize? To keep the cost down, to make sure that components are readily available, and also train the local manpower.
Okay.
It is very, very important. I think automobile industry is already gone to that direction, but I think they still need to travel long distance.
But supply chain is a challenge there.
Supply chain, like today in automobile, supply chain is very big. We export.
Big, but still we are dependent.
We still depend on certain components.
But there's,
In our case, that is not.
But in here dependence on some critical. They can be the showstoppers.
Yeah, we need to take care of that.
No, you need to take that.
Fortunately, we are not stuck in that.
Is there any synergy, and I'm talking from an industry perspective because you are part of the auto ecosystem, between say normal two-wheelers, commercial vehicles, passenger vehicles and construction equipment? At a level, is there some learning or co-creation, collaboration which is happening or should happen?
So many of our vendors are automobile vendors. In fact, most of our vendors, we depend on automobiles because their scale is much higher. The learning, what I would say we have learned from automobile is the quality of components. We got a lot of advantage on that.
Okay.
The ruggedness, the durability is something which I think automobile industry can relate from construction equipment. And that is where I think it is a very good synergy. On sales and marketing, there are many things common. Developing tools for sales, marketing and service, they are very common. Mobility solutions.
So there is a lot of common grounds.
A lot of common ground.
So we were talking last year when you talked of the Bharatmala and you talked of the national coordinator. Any big inflection points which has changed the industry?
So I think today we are going for express highways, urban development like you see today, smart cities are coming up, metros. Today there are project of 1,000-kilometer metro which is under construction, fast speed trains, and the X23 green express highways are coming up across the country.
But this is more development last 10 years. What would happen 25 years?
So
Say
earlier,
if you talked in the late 60s, 70s, how was
earlier
this?
the road construction used to be 2,000 kilometer a year.
So it's the
Last
scale
5
is much
years
larger.
it was 8,000. Last 5 years it was close to 8 to 10,000. Going forward we are looking at about 12,000. So today about 28 kilometer a day road is being constructed.
Okay. Now, like in the auto industry, you have certain policies which originate, Euro norms, or you may say safety norms, or you may say regulations, other which come in terms of the government policies. Is also your industry is regulated by certain norms, or you get a free run? I don't think you'll get a free run, but I'm still trying to say.
Very interesting question. For wheeled equipments, we fall in Motor Vehicle Act.
Acha.
So we have just moved to BS5.
Acha, BS5.
On wheeled equipment from July onwards.
Acha.
But for excavators, we don't have any regulation.
Acha.
And that is where we are engaged with the government. We are requesting government to form CEMM Act, which is like MVI, Motor Vehicle Act.
Acha.
Right? So that we have a regulation towards safety, emission for the operator, for the industry, and also develop a big R&D for construction equipment, which is basically a collaboration between the industry and the government. I must say that government is very positive. We are totally engaged. I believe soon we will come out with that. That is a very important part. This third thing which I requested you or which I just mentioned is the certified operator. It is very, very important for the
That's the person who's
safety of our operators. So these are One is the Act, CEMM Act, and certified operator. These are two important things. And then localization is very important. Today it is only to the tune of 60 to 70%. We can very quickly go to 80 to 90%. So we're working very closely with the government to work on a PLI like kind of incentive scheme.
Acha, you're not covered in the PLI.
We are not covered. So we are engaged with them, and we hope that soon government will come out with incentive policy for MSMEs, our vendors and OEMs, because many of our big machines need huge capex, and the volume is very small. Like for tunneling applications, for mining, for iron ore mining, we need large and different kind of machines, and we need to bring that technology to India. So it has to be incentivized, and that is where we are working with the government.
And in terms of taxation, because like we in automobile have normal 5% GST, 28%, 26. What is the GST? What is the taxation on?
Again, you will be surprised. We are developing infrastructure, but our equipment is taxed with 18% GST. It has to be answered by the government.
I'm asking you.
But I believe it should be reduced. And more than that, the other thing which I think we didn't talk about is the funding of the projects, funding of the machines, and funding to customers. Financing is one part. Today the project, all these projects are long-term projects.
Long duration projects.
They are completed with anywhere from 5 years to 15 years. But most of the banks do not give loan for that kind of
Generally,
period.
tenure is they used to concept of 3 years, 4
years.
years.
Government has already developed infrastructure development bank.
But who finances these?
All banks are financing.
But then what is the period, EMI period?
So depending on the strength of the customer, their credential, they are funding for long term, but the amount required is very high.
And
the interest rate has to be lower.
But so I thought the more value it goes up, the interest rate goes down.
It is not the case. It's not the case.
So what would be a 40 lakh machine interest? I mean, what would be
today we are paying anywhere 9 to 10%, anywhere ranging from 8 to 10%.
So they see a high risk there, or what is the reason for
that?
That
is where they see a high risk, and they still give it for 3 years to 5
years. But your machine can't run away.
It cannot run away. So therefore, there is huge amount of confidence generation is required between us and the finance company, and I think we need to educate our customers also. Many of our customers don't pay on time. And that is where we play important role, but NPAs are very low, very, very low.
Very low. But you also have leasing in this or no?
Yeah, 85% of our machines are funded by banks. And we depend a lot on NBFCs.
But one is a normal financing and one is leasing out.
So leasing, renting and leasing, a very, very important part of our industry, which has not yet become popular. Though it is being done in a very...
Is it because of the taxation policy, or is it because the concept is too new, or...
It's not a protection of the finance, what you do. When you do a leasing agreement or a rental agreement, if tomorrow there is a default, that need to be protected. So there is no law which protects them. That if you don't pay your installment, you can go to the court, but then it's a very long...
So when we talk of any of the automobiles, one is you talk about the reliability, ruggedness, but there is also resale, the AVAR. So how are the resale values here?
Oh, huge. So large number of equipments are resold. And we manufacture like us play very, very important role. We have remanufacturing facility, we have refurbishing facility, we extend the life of the machine, we repair the machine, and you will be surprised.
Do you brand it on your name?
Branded.
Branded.
And you will be surprised today, we enjoy very high resale value for our equipment because of very high quality. And normally a 5 years to 7 years old machine will still fetch 70% of the
My God.
It all depends on QDR, like I mentioned.
QDR, but in general vehicles, in normal cases, 3 years vehicles are getting down to 50% now.
So higher end of equipment I'm talking about.
Higher end of
when you go down, it goes down to 50%.
But this high resale value should be a precursor to more financing and better financing rates, logically.
Yeah, so therefore I think in the last 10 years, we got a lot of support from Nationalized Bank and NBFCs. They have also got award, they have also got experience in this field. So today funding is like any automobile or commercial vehicle.
So all these, whether it's a Nationalized Bank or private banks or NBFCs, they can...
Any NBFC you name, they are there in this business.
So we'll talk of the two E's now, emission and electrification. So you talked of Euro 5. How are the norms? Because your equipment is generally not used in the main, it's used underground. So are the emission norms as strict, or what are they? Because the tractor industry is talking that you're making the emission norms too strict. There's already this law which is coming on tractors. They have it till 50 horsepower above, but they're saying it'll come to below 50 horsepower. So they're saying we are going into over, you can say, upgradation on emissions, which is not required. Is that the case in your industry?
Absolutely right. For wheeled equipment, it is as good or as bad automobile industry.
So you follow the same norms?
Same.
Euro 4.
Same safety standard. Euro 5 it has now come.
How did Euro 5? We jumped straight from Euro 4 to Euro 6. How did Euro 5 come
So
in?
we have come to BS5, but many of these are as good as Euro 6.
Okay.
Right?
And government
Which
looks
has
at it.
Yeah, just been implemented on wheeled equipment, which are not, except backhoe loader, the volume is not very high. Now we are working on track excavators, like agriculture. Track excavator do not need emission standard as high as wheeled equipment, but they need safety standards.
Safety
There's no doubt about it. And they are actually being used in remote areas. They are not on road. They are either in mining, they are either below, they are digging on far off sites. So we are also talking to the government that up to say 20 ton excavators, we should have one standard of emission. And then beyond that, which is only say about 20% of the machines, should have a different emission standard. Because
that classification is possible. Because in
very much
automobile, one of the
possible.
challenges
It is being
in
followed.
passenger vehicles is that you are, or in the interior motorcycles, that if you got a certain attribute, suppose you're talking of seat belts, or you're talking of airbags, or you're talking of something, it is constant across.
So these are safety standards.
Safety standards are constant across.
They should be same.
Safe. And
Emission, we are talking about
can
emission
vary.
standard. We are talking about emission standard.
Because they are used in different things.
Yeah. So beyond, I think, certain size of machines, you don't need to be so stringent because you will not be able to provide that kind of fuel, and the volume is very low. Unnecessarily, there will be burden on the customer because cost will go huge.
So you need a very close industry collaboration.
So we
with the
are
industry.
that way. We are fortunately having very good engagement with the government, and they.
And the ministry is the same, which deals with automobile. I mean, Ministry of Roads and Transport.
We have a challenge there, but we deal with MORTH, we deal with MHI. There is no nodal.
That's case across the industry, so it's not a unique challenge.
But then I would say that the kind of support, the kind of response what we are getting for the last many years is commendable. Yeah.
Okay, so your side, which is
They're
something
very happy.
which
They're
is very
very
unique.
happy.
So there is a continuous dialogue, discussion with the government, and they understand the importance
yes,
of the industry, and the industry is also behaving favorably.
Very much.
Now, if we come to today, suppose you talked about what was the turnover of the industry today, you said some figure.
It's about close to $9 billion.
9 billion. Now, and is there a yardstick how you measure? Like, you know, in vehicles or two-wheelers, you measure so many per thousand penetration. Is there any number, the way it is measured and based on economy?
It varies from size, like I mentioned to you, which is 25 lakhs to 25
So that's the price
crores.
point.
So the volume, like I mentioned to you, if it is $9 billion divided by 140,000, so you can divide it on an average.
Can you divide the basis of the economy? Suppose there's a developed economy.
So we today, construction equipment industry or construction industry, I would say construction industry is contributing to the tune of 10% to Indian GDP growth.
Oh, great.
Because it is not, we are into agriculture, we are in the industry, we are in construction, we are in engineering industry. So we actually play a role in every industry which is contributing to the growth of GDP. Yeah.
So that's a large number which is there. But there could be no clear number as like penetrations of so many vehicles
You
per
cannot
thousand.
measure because
or penetration of the GDP. Suppose I take India as an industry, and what would be a comparable market to India? Say,
comparable market to India, no, like we are number 3 in the world. Number 1 is US, China.
That is in terms of numbers or in terms of value?
Numbers.
Because our numbers will be very high.
Very difficult because we are in agriculture, which is such a vast industry, we play a role. In service industry, again, we are contributing to that. In engineering industry, which is a major part of contribution. So we are divided into all three.
So Sandeep, if this industry is to grow, and it is important, I mean, today the whole country wants to develop, and this industry is the barometer of the way the economy is also. Because, you know, they used to be old saying that, you know,
infrastructure development
is something with barometer. I mean, infrastructure development, you'll get industry, you'll get jobs, employment, everything at predicate productivity. What are the challenges? If you have to highlight 2-3 challenges and 2-3 opportunities today.
Yeah, so opportunities, big challenges can be converted into opportunities.
But what would be the challenge first?
So challenge is today your urban population, which is 35% of your whole population, is going to increase to 40% in next 5 years. Is going to increase to 50% in next 10 years. And you need to develop infrastructure, road, housing. So that is one part.
So the long range planning is required.
Very, very important. And government is working on that. And that is why today the projects are being announced. The second is the industrialization. We are developing, we are attracting investment. We want industry to come to India. So therefore infrastructure need to be there. You need express highway, you need railway connectivity, you need port connectivity. So that is another big requirement. So we have projects like Bharatmala, Sagarmala. You also know that our logistic cost has been very high.
That's
12%. So the target is to bring it down to 8 to 9%. It is already being brought in. So that is a challenge and that is an opportunity also. So government is working on multi-modal, like I mentioned to you, a sustainable growth and to bring down the cost of logistics. Like today, if you look at Delhi to Mumbai, with Delhi-Mumbai corridor, the travel distance is 24 hours. Once it is ready, it will come down to 12 hours.
The productivity happens.
Bangalore to Chennai, if it takes 5 hours, once that express highway is ready, it will come down to 2.5 hours. And in IC Bangalore to Mysore, it has already come down to 1.5 hours, 2 hours. So that is, there was a challenge which has been converted into opportunity. And we still have to travel long distance, the way our urbanization
Any
is
laws which need to be changed?
So law in terms of, I would again mention in terms of environment, sustainable, which is the biggest challenge. So therefore, we are working on bringing advanced technology in our equipment and also the way we are. So we have challenges like safety challenges at the site, efficiency standards at the site and sustainable challenges at the site. So in all these three brackets, we need to work along with the government so that, we bring in sustainability in our operation. We are conscious about environment and we are also improving the efficiency and productivity of our equipment so that we can complete projects in much faster time.
So since you talked of environment, one of the objectives of the government is that you need to reduce emission and you also need to reduce the import bill and somehow you have to move out of fossil fuels and get into more alternative fuels like, we are talking of hybrid is not the answer, but say maybe electric, maybe hydrogen. Is that development taking place in industry or does it have potential or you are still dependent on diesel?
Very high dependence on diesel.
How much would be diesel dependence on this?
Majority.
95%? Huh?
Oh, more than that.
So how will that transition happen?
Yes, so transition is very important. We have technology with us, but you need infrastructure. You need compatibility of alternate fuel to your equipment. So generally, the first thing is the emission standard, so that we use our machine with cleaner fuel. That is the most important. That is number one. Number two, EV has already come in. So today you will see electric excavators, you will see electric loaders.
So what would be the, you can say the bottleneck for ramping up EV faster? Because you have one advantage, your products are more stationary, they have a certain specified time.
Yeah.
So probably they say it has better opportunity. That's
so
what
in mining segment, it is much easier. And that is where it has already started coming in. We have already supplied 190 ton dump trucks to mining. We have now got orders of 190 ton and 360 ton electric excavator. So in mining, because like you mentioned, you have availability of electricity, the travel distance is very low and it's a secluded area where you can manage. The other where we are working on is biofuel, blended fuel, hydrogen in some equipment, but that is where we are engaged with the government because we need infrastructure. We also need to see whether that is compatible to our equipments. Frankly speaking, across the world, it is only electric which is more popular.
Electric is potential.
More popular, not biofuel
okay,
and
electric.
blended fuel because those fuels have also become very expensive and they need infrastructure. There are also safety standards in that. But we are working with the government. We have those solutions available And I'm sure
So electric you think could be a major game changer?
yes, over a period of time.
So if you have to do some crystal gazing, which I'm not saying that you should do, but I'm just asking, if 95% of
More than
construction was-
95%, more than
95%, 98% is diesel, 10 years later, what would be in diesel or what would be in electric?
So I would say it will still be somewhere between 8 to 10%.
8 to
electric.
10%?
Electric.
Not more than that.
Not more than that. Even reaching there will be a challenge.
So
because
what is the bottleneck for that?
because we are not working in the center of the city or area.
So
we are,
your
working
your
in remote
transmission
locations.
supply, that's a part of it.
A remote location, even if you have to charge your battery or the usage of battery, machines are running for 24 hours a day. Please understand, there are machines which are working for 5 hours.
So there is, the filling time which is required there, suppose in 20,
You
in so many days
you carry barrels of diesel over there, barrel of oil there. So for equipment which are being used for 5 hours, 3 to 5 hours, you will be able to bring in electric
okay, so
option.
that's where the electrical.
Machine which are working for 10 hours, maybe some options of battery. But beyond that, we have to look at much more fuel efficient advanced technology so that we can bring in efficiency.
Now coming to higher machinery or high expensive, and there's a lot of operations which require a lot of skill. And since you don't drive basically on road, this mining and construction, how much is the role of autonomous vehicles that you don't need mans to operate it?
So
When you have robots and other things, why in this autonomous would have, and the laws of the land which are in terms of traffic does not work to that extent?
So telematics is very, very
Telematics is
important.
more for judgment.
Connected.
I'm saying for driving now.
No, predictive maintenance is
Okay,
absolutely
so
there.
telematics.
Autonomous is there, very much there. But my friend, these are in different part of the, like today you will see those kind of machine in Australia in mining, in maybe South America or in some parts of Africa, but it is in a very secured environment. So autonomous is already there. I remember,
Is it there in India?
not in India.
So that's the challenge.
Yeah, challenge.
It's not practical at the moment.
At this moment, not practical.
But future you see this is happening.
Future, I think in mining industry, we will see that.
Because safety and other
for
things.
certain operations when the temperature is very high, where humanly it is not conducive, and that is where we would need.
So you said electrification for certain applications can happen, but for remote locations it's a challenge, and autonomous in certain applications itself, which is there.
Absolutely, you are there.
So what would be the big game changer in this industry? If you say this is going to be the biggest game changer in
So,
technology or in
frankly
terms
speaking, for a continuous infrastructure development and maintenance of infrastructure development is very important for the development of our economy. It's very
that goes without saying.
government intent is very good, but the funding,
Acha.
allocation of projects and execution on time. Execution on time, which I would say is one of the biggest challenges. So what kind of challenges we face? Land acquisition, environmental
very difficult land acquisition.
environmental clearances,
Acha.
and skill set of people. That is where we are working on. If we are able to put our act together on these three things, I can tell you, we will be one of the best in
So
the
you have to reduce what we used to do in physics, I square R, in transmission losses we have to remove,
yes.
which is in terms beyond that part of it.
Yeah, but I must tell you that the consciousness and the kind of efforts which are being put by the industry and the government, very good.
But what about state governments? Most of the state governments don't have a good, they are not in financially, I would say, healthy would be the right state.
Yeah,
How? Because those projects can get delayed. Central government projects, I still don't believe.
I would say that most of these projects are a tie-up between center and state, because when you are running your express highway through the state, you need land of the
Highway is okay, but I'm talking of certain applications which are very specific to the town and
yeah,
to
even
districts.
for urban development, low-cost housing, you need land from the state. So very strong collaboration. So these projects are divided between center and the state. Just to give you a ballpark figure, the central government capex on infrastructure development has been growing at the rate of 20 to 25% in the last 5 to 10 years. And in state government, you will be surprised, not bad, 15 to 20% increase in capex, because every state need to develop road, industry, agriculture is very, very important.
So you only call off the execution speed.
Yeah.
Other is the payment cycle. I hear a lot of words, key payment cycle. slightly touchy, controversial word, but it's a reality, it's the elephant in the room.
Big challenge. If we are able to correct that, the efficiency in road construction will improve
Oh, that's
so much you cannot imagine.
So,
And we face many times our contractor face problem in state and
There's a
center.
virtuous cycle or vicious cycle.
And we keep on working. There has been improvement in the last few years, but there's still
It's a
scope
challenge
of
area.
further improvement. Yeah.
Now, let's come to the last part of it, Sandeep, and very nice talking to you. You got a very good perspective of things. There are various stakeholders. There is manufacturers. There are, you can say, auto ancillary suppliers. There is the government bodies, and there are state governments, and there is industry association.
Dealers
And the dealer. Sorry, I forgot. Dealer and the customer finally.
and customers.
Now, customer. So let's take the dealer and customer which you have to deal with. What is the sort of collaboration? What are the role you would expect each of the stakeholder to play, which they are not playing?
So very important. I think manufacturer OEMs have to play a very important role. Industry has to play a very important role. Today, we need very strong MSMEs, vendor base, which are very important part of our stakeholders. 60% of our machine we source component from vendors, so very close association. So we need to work closely with our one part of which is vendor. The day we start development of our product, very close association. That is one which I think in automobile industry is very much there. In construction equipment, we have already started that journey. And then we look at the front distribution, dealers, very important. Like I mentioned to you, it's a very difficult work. Taking care of manpower, their skill set is one part. Then government, like I mentioned to you on regulatory, safety and emission standard and skill set of people, talent acquisition. So it's I think related to any industry like automobiles.
Is there an interaction on academia versus industry?
Huge.
Is happening?
Yes, very much. We have tied up with many ITIs. We visit many engineering colleges. You will see tomorrow we have our AGM. You will see many of these people will be there.
Now I'll come to the last part, Sandeep, and these will be sharp, crisp questions. I'll divide the question into 3 parts. First is 2 things which is not being done by the industry which should start doing. The second question is 2 things which they are doing which they need to speed up. And the last is 2 things which they are doing they should stop doing.
Okay, I will start from the third question.
So you're taking the bull by the horn. You're talking the most toughest question.
The stop doing is that the delay in awarding projects and execution. We just put a cap on this. It is very, very important.
So I would remind me of a Hindi film song, "Inteha ho gayi intezar ki." वो इंतहा नहीं होनी चाहिए.
Without this, you cannot grow. Today, the kind of infrastructure what we need, we need it at a very fast pace.
So delays is something which
delay because whether it is road construction, railway, metro,
so that we have to stop doing.
We need to contain delay.
So okay, good.
For a faster execution, bringing in advanced technology is very important.
So that's something which you need to do.
Yeah. The third thing which you asked is what we must do.
Which you are not doing.
Is the acquisition of talent. Like I mentioned, operators. Today you are not getting technicians and operators to run your machine because even if we train them, like we train them, they go abroad.
Acha, their demand would be everywhere.
Yeah. So to keep them in our country, first of all, we need to give them skill.
And then we need to pay them also.
And we need to pay them well, and we need to take care of them.
Okay.
And I must tell you, when they are working with big contractors, they are able to retain them. But when they are talking about a small contractor, we must take care of our operators, give them comfort, give them motivation, pay them well, so that we are able to.
So this would come in the area which we need to improve on.
Improve upon, which we are not doing.
What is something we knew you to do, we've never done? It is not happening in the industry.
It has not happened. Like I mentioned to you, our industry is not so much advanced, majority of our industry.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, emission standard in excavators. We must implement them as early as possible.
So that's one thing which is true.
Yeah.
So that's something very unique. Generally, manufacturers say, let's go slow on the emission standard. You say, go fast on it.
Because we have already passed that time.
So
I'm not saying the whole range, but up to certain level of equipment, we need to bring them.
How is the export front? That's one question we must talk.
We forgot about it. Export is very important. So today, construction equipment, 10% of our equipments are being exported.
That's good. 10%.
To close to 130 countries. We are not so big in that. The reason being we are large player mainly in excavators, and in excavator we don't have regulation. So therefore we are not able to export
But
them
export
to
is a big potential for this industry.
big potential. So today we are exporting mainly to Middle East and Africa. Many of our manufacturers are exporting to US and South America and Europe. So our vision of the industry is, if we are at today 10%, in next 5 years we should be at 20%.
Great, yeah. Doubling the percentage.
And we are increasing
And this the turnover is also increasing. So 20% is on the new type
and
turnover.
I tell you, we will reach there.
Okay, so you're confident on that.
We are very confident. Yeah.
Great, Sandeep. It was a pleasure talking to you. And what I like about you is not only you have the knowledge that is, but you've been very free, frank, and fearless in answering all the questions.
I think
so pleasure interacting with you.
I enjoyed interacting with you. Excellent.
So thank you, Sandeep. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.